Okay. I'm pretty sure my audio is transmitting now. Turn this down for a moment just so I can review the audio. As I mentioned before, last night in my stream, the bit rate for PlayStation is kind of not the greatest. They don't have the slider or the adjustment for that. So you're probably going to see some artifacting in this gameplay footage, but we're going to review it. If it does get a little rough, I apologize, but just bear with me. It's just they don't have that bit rate. And I'm currently using the controller's mic on the DualSense, so if you hear some button clacking, I apologize. Not too bad. I'm just mainly experimenting with the live stream at the moment. And,
Firing battery one. Position confirmed.
might be a slight echo.
Team deathmatch. Eliminate all Axis forces. Move out and take position. Enemy inbound.
Oh my gosh.
taking their backs.
I knew it. I knew it.
They're on the move. Got it. Throwing sticky. Enemy recon aircraft observed. We've lost the lead.
He should have died.
Enemy spotted near the half track.
Recon searching for targets. Firing primary battery. Target position confirmed.
I don't want to make that mistake again. I sound a little funny. I'm congested, like really bad. I have been for the past week. It's amazing how supportive this game still is. See how loud that is. Loud. Yeah, I mean, usually on FPS games like this, it's kind of bad.
Advance and take position.
But it seems to be doing pretty good, as mentioned, and... Okay.
Move out and take position. Hostiles inbound. We're dominating them. Keep pushing.
Cook the grenade. I've learned a long time ago that in games like this, timing is everything. For positioning ADS, and usually plays out and works out pretty well.
We're taking heavy casualties.
You know, out of all the Call of Duties I've played, as far as, you know, Modern Warfare 2019, I believe it was, and Warzone, Cold War, I think this one has one of the best mechanics as far as gunplay. I totally just shot through my teammate. Historically speaking, though, I mean, as far as Call of Duties go, World at War was probably one of my favorites. As far as the grittiness of storyline, but this one historically is pretty accurate, as I've had family that served in this war. My uncle actually served in the Halberd Division with General Patton, which, if you don't know who that is, you're missing out on
Enemy care package observed.
pretty hell of a general.
Go in there, go.
Enemy strafing run inbound. Enemy care package observed. Deny them their resupply. Enemy flamethrower in the field. Enemy mortar fire incoming. Fall back. Enemy bomber approaching. Incendiary bombs incoming. Prepare to attack!
Well, that wasn't exactly what I had in mind. But it works out, I guess. It echoed because I had my phone literally right next to my remote, so I apologize. Does it really show that? No, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. We're good. Another thing, as I was mentioning last night, as a preferred PlayStation platform, I have larger hands, so the PS5 DualSense it's not like a massive remote. It's not really that big, but it's perfect and it's comfortable. As we all grew up on PlayStation platform, most of us anyway. It's very familiar. I mean, the stagger of the joysticks of the Xbox remote is aesthetically nice, but I'm used to the PlayStation layout.
Keep this up!
If you hear the buttons, I'm sorry.
Enemy care package observed. Deny the enemy resupply.
This gun is a nail driver.
Enemy recon aircraft in the air. Enemy strafing run incoming. Get to cover. We have tactical advantage. Keep firing. Recon airborne, searching for targets. It's a courtyard!
I think games like Borderlands and Wonderlands, for the graphics detail and the movement, I mean, really not much different movement FPS than this, but I think that does kind of interfere with the bit rate visually. Because this doesn't look too bad. Where on Wonderlands, whenever I was moving and playing, it was really, really artifacted. Which, it could take a hit later in the stream, but PlayStation platform just needs to have a means to adjust a higher bitrate and resolution output for viewer quality.
Moving by the cliff rock!
It's gonna be another.
Recon airborne, searching for targets.
As I said last night about the YouTube broadcasting options and different functions of YouTube, is you can do the JPEG or the MP4 to import or export into your desired format. And if you're doing a lot of exporting from YouTube to, say MP4, then, you have that option in the streaming broadcasting settings of the PlayStation itself. And, the broadcasting tool, the share factor of the PS5 is really fun to use, and especially if you set it in that MP4 format, you can edit videos and upload them to your channel. That's just really neat, in my opinion. Trying something new. I didn't mean to put that there. Nice. Might get him, might not.
Sending more rounds. Zone and sweep.
Okay, that gun's okay. The bayonet charge. Actually, I have a challenge for that bayonet charge to do if you to unlock the bar. Another thing too, if you're watching from YouTube, and from device to device it kind of varies, but there is a slider or an adjustment at the top right of your screen, it's a gear that you pull down, and it's the quality. I mean, if you do higher picture quality, it uses more data, obviously, you know. Most people have, you know, plan of unlimited data, but you can do an auto recommended adjust to the experience for the condition. But usually what I do, just so it's a set detail of, regardless of any situation, sometimes it could change depending on network congestion, but you usually set it at 1080-60, and that'll update the video quality of your visual preference to that 1080-60. And that usually does the trick for a lot of visual issues. Most streams I've watched on PlayStation platform is even couple streaming. You know, they were playing Wonderlands, matter of fact, and you know they had the overlay in the middle of the screen in between the split, and you could see the artifacting. Literally on every PS5 stream I've seen without an actual external capture card, they had, you know, artifacting, which is, you can't really prevent it from happening at this point until they add that feature, as Microsoft has, but just kind of dealing with it right now, experimenting with some things and some bypasses of adjustments the best we can, the best I can, that is, and it seems to be doing okay. It is, I don't want the video to look like some crazy PS1 graphics that you're looking at. It's going to be crazy and hard to visually keep up with, but it seems to hold its own pretty decent with the default capture card that it's got.
Check your weapons. Hunt the enemy. Move out and take position. Hostiles inbound.
It's actually been a bit since I've played or streamed this title.
We're breaking their backs. Under the cage. We lost fire superiority. We have fire superiority.
No pressure at all.
Recon aircraft ready for mission.
Nice.
Recon searching for targets.
Jesus. Last moment reload.
Recon fight concluded.
Not doing too bad. I mean, it's I'm not real huge on Call of Duty titles. Not really much anymore. I used to be really big on it back in World of War and, you know, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. I was really big on it. I mean, I was so big on that I literally purchased a Modern Warfare 3 Edition 360 back when Toys R Us was a thing. I literally went there, paid for it.
Care package descending. Protect the drop zone.
My paychecks were pretty good, so I usually would go out and buy me something nice. I actually had 2 consoles I got on release of, it was a pre-order. I had the Modern Warfare 3 edition bundle. I had the headphones. It was like the Delta Echoes, they were called. You might remember them. Like the texture of them was painted with like a sand grit. It was almost like a like a Herculiner, almost in a bed liner. And had like the neon green Delta blade and bolt on the side of the head, earphone muff thing. And I had that. I had a book, everything, and I got the the Gears of War 3 edition. Personally, I liked the Modern Warfare one better. It was very, very, very neat.
Enemy recon aircraft in the air. We need reinforcements.
The new Modern Warfare 2 coming out, I believe it's next month, October 29th. I could be way off. I am looking forward to that. If it is a standalone title, not congested like the layout of how previous Call of Duty titles were, where everything was in a main hub. Like, I didn't really prefer that because it congested a lot of your experience. I mean, it made... You'd go to play Warzone, and it would absolutely make things so hard whenever they'd send an update for, say, Warzone, it would just congest the other services, like, Cold War specifically. I'd play that a lot with my family, and we'd play zombies, and every update that's sent out for Warzone, or any other Call of Duty that connected to that hub, would change something, and it would cause an error. It would, whatever, something would happen. And I hope that whoever it is, I don't know exactly the developers of the Modern Warfare 2 coming out, but I hope they fix that. And I do a lot of networking, so I'm pretty good at that, pretty tech savvy when it comes to that end of things. But one thing that I was concerned about is Call of Duty nowadays. I mean, as you see right here, the NAT type's open. I know how to usually get that to an open NAT, which isn't too difficult, but the issue is some titles are stuck at a moderate. Strict is obviously, network or something that you can calibrate, but a moderate NAT, just like it says in, circumstances, it's okay in most circumstances, but it's not ideal. Open NAT type is what you want. And for PS5, PlayStation, it's Type 2. That's great. But for Call of Duty, it's so tedious as far as network goes that you can have an open NAT type or whatever on the console, your network, ISP, whatever, but the Call of Duty title itself will say moderate. And it was irritating, I never ran into whenever Vanguard was released, I ran into an issue where it was stuck on moderate no matter what I did. I did every port forward you can imagine. I networked, reset, I got even raised my ISP speeds. Still, I mean, it was just a visual thing at that point, and I think that's strictly what that was, because no matter what I did, they would say, you're at moderate, so you can't host, or, you'd lose connection, this, that, or the other, and I didn't run into that at all, actually. And visually, it was just that, and it was fine, but I hope that they really kind of iron that out in the future as far as future titles are concerned. But, I'm confident that obviously launch, every Call of Duty, especially most games, as I've mentioned in previous streams, Wonderlands had a visual glitch where the weapons would disappear in the menu for a split screen. The UI was completely bugged out, but on Call of Duty's end, it's something to do with NAT, being so tedious, but I'm sure that they'll deal with that eventually. if you enable most routers, like if you're able to access them and you're able to get in to the networking of things, you can enable UPnP, which is Universal Plug and Play, which you necessarily don't have to port forward at that point. You can enable that and it'll find the desired port for that specific title you're playing. But for preventative, what I do is I usually have a port forward list that I could share that, or you can look it up for PSN or XBL. That's how I abbreviate those. And it has a huge list of even little extras for certain titles. And that usually does the trick to have that NAT type as open. So you can go there, you can go to that extent, but usually just enabling Universal Plug and Play does the trick.
Move out. Eliminate the enemy.
Sorry. Oh, this map.
Stay wary. Pick your shots.
Hit. Now, that was BS. Now I'm going to do terrible at this time. Okay, there.
We have the momentum.
There is a capture card that I'm looking at. Oh God, I don't even remember the name of it. It's one of the best sellers on Amazon. It's kind of cliche to say Amazon anymore. You can buy anything from there. But the capture card I'm looking at is I've looked at some reviews and some videos of it being programmed. You have to, hook it up to the laptop and do some programming. It's basic networking. You just plug it in, download a software, and you adjust your formats of, what you're running it on or your pass-through, and that's it. You plug it into your PS5 and transmit it to your receiver, and you start your stream, and it's going to capture at your resolution as is, and you're going to pretty much bypass any of the issues we're having now as far as the bitrate and artifacting is concerned until they add that, adjustment. But could you imagine, though, if they had that adjustment for the bitrate rise defaultly on the system with the capture card? We wouldn't be even talking about that right now. I give him credit. It's getting dangerous.
In the air. We're breaking their backs. We're taking heavy casualties. Recon airborne.
I always seem to throw that flash in that specific area every time.
Enemy bomb incoming. Get to cover.
Oh, I'm stunned. Wow. You probably really heard that button.
We can't keep this up. Enemy camp has been returned.
I started using this gun, the Type 100 I believe it's called, a while ago when I first played World War II, and this thing is wildly accurate.
Reinforcements.
The Thompson, it's good. I ran that for a while, but
You fought well under pressure. This
I mean, it is sporadic. I mean, that's the 45 for auto. It's going to be. Oh my gosh. Usually, I'm reviewing the stream on my phone at the moment. I usually have a separate setup. I have a TV set next to my main, and I review my stream and live chat from there. I really wish that. Okay, 48. It's not bad. Quickly do this before it's too late. Just try something new.
Check your weapons. Hunt the enemy. Remember your training. Make us proud. Come on the run. Kill them all.
Gun seems to be pretty accurate, but it's not a Type 100 at the moment.
Recon searching for targets. Recon airborne, searching for targets. Enemy care package observed. Deny the enemy resupply. Recon aircraft destroyed. Recon flight concluded. Enemy fighter pilot, fall back!
Schmeiß eine Betäubungsgranate!
Da drüben! Aktivität!
We carried the day.